Mike Jones here with Ken's. My brother Kenny and I own Ken's Stereo Junction since 1978 when my father and my uncle started it, and now me and my brother and then our third gens plus 20 other amazing-minded men and women that really what they do is whatever you ask them to. So if it's audio, video, security, home theaters, churches, in the realm of what we do, we have, the reason we have grown is because of our passion to work for you. Plus Middle Georgia's only in-store service. You're going to love this show. It is dynamite.
Middle Georgia's #1 sight and sound source. Go to Ken's.
Hey, guess what? We have got some ridiculous deals because you're kind of catching the March show and the tax season kind of overlap deal, if you want to put it that way. I think that's super cool. Check out this. Pioneer AM/FM CD, right? And this can actually be, with an adapter, a DVD. Guess what? It has Bluetooth built into it. You can add a backup camera to it. It also has a real equalizer. And check this out, you can actually change the illumination to whatever you want it to look like from a theme standpoint, which I think is super, super cool. So this has 200 watts of amplifier built into it, plus you can add a subwoofer. But wait a minute, you need to do this. I hope it's coming up right here, right? Big red letters, $197 with free installation. That is an absolute smoking deal. I just want to put that out there. Now, if we're moving forward out of that world, let's say, hey, I don't want a touchscreen. I just want a good CD player, a good radio. Pioneer answers that call, AM/FM CD. It has a thumb drive input. And a lot of people get a little confused about what this is for. You can plug your phone charger into this, but you can also plug a thumb drive into it. And, you know, you'll put thousands and thousands of songs on a thumb drive. And this has category search built into it. So it's not like you're stuck not being able to navigate through your menu. I like to add a navigation button on it this year. That allows me to summon my phone from a navigation standpoint and the voice come through my system, which is super nice. A bass EQ built in, 200 watts of power. Ready for this? I hope it's in big red letters. $129 with free installation. That is super cool, man. They are just on fire. Now, I've got this right here. I don't want you to think this wire is like some kind of ugliness on our part. This is just because this is how we plug it in. But this is Sony's brand new touchscreen floating display. You see a lot of cars with the floating display now, and this will fit in what they call a single dent hole. So no matter what kind of vehicle, we can kind of make it adapt to work. You can add a backup camera, but what you're seeing right now is this is the CarPlay. So when I go back to my regular menu, you know, I have AM/FM, I can add XM, it's got Bluetooth, phone controls, rear camera controls, but when I plug my phone in, whether it's Android or Apple, I tap it and it becomes my phone. So when I go over here, you know, my boo and my daughter and my mama and my brother, you know, obviously all my favorite people in the world right there, and little Mink Boy, that's my son. And it's nice because this gives me full control without having to hold my phone in my hand, which is absolutely illegal. Now this has a 200 watt amp built into it as well. Now you don't have to do this. You see right here, there's a 6-inch that fits in a factory hole, factory mounting hole. This works fine too, $349, $699. They just get bigger and bigger, and depending on what you like, I keep all of these in stock. That's what's so cool. And the deals are so smoking good right now, and you don't pay, you know how much you pay for labor. You don't pay anything for labor at Ken's unless you let us get really stupid creative, which I'll be showing you that later in the show. Now, so when you come in and pick out your radio, the next thing you want to pick out, some people will do speakers first, some people will do radios first, but make sure you come in and look at what's out here. I've got Alpine, I've got JL, I've got Audio Frog. I keep a lot of Pioneer, and all this stuff is in stock. The reason I keep so many different flavors, I don't want you to think so you'll get confused. Pricing is always right. Okay, so I'm always the same price in the .com world, but what you want to know is when you come in and you want to hear this and you want to demo your sound, you can listen to some Alpine 6x9s. And that. I am such a great fan of the Alpine Type R speaker, and they're going to be anywhere from, you know, $150 to $350, depending on what size and configuration you want. But, you know, I got speakers at $79, and I got speakers that $999. So when you come in, you'll pick out the right thing that fits your vehicle, of course, and then we'll kind of get it all together. But listen, you buy a radio, or you buy a radio and 4 speakers, or you buy a radio and 4 speakers and a subwoofer, or you buy a radio and 4 speakers and a subwoofer and 4 amplifiers, there is no labor. That's the whole deal. That's where the deal comes in. I'm the same price as the .com without the labor. So when you come in to Macon or Warner Robins with your, I hope that tax check thing might come true right now, and we'll take that tax check and just stretch it out. We really do give you more value plus free installation, and of course, Middle Georgia's only in-store service. Let's do this. 2019 Dodge Charger. Let this play because I want you to hear the bass note when it hits. Now this is basic in the subwoofer box because he wanted to be able to move it around. We took out the factory speakers. These are supposed to be Alpine, but I don't see anything that has Alpine on it. However, it does have a blue cover like the Alpine, but we put the real deal, the serious Alpines front and back. That's why the highs are so crystal clear. You hear bass in just a second. We custom did the trunk because in these cars, these Scat Pack cars, there's no spare, and it leaves it. I hope that's coming through. I hope you can hear that bass. But the idea behind it is it gives us a place to put the amplifier, processor, crossover, stuff like that. So factory radio, all new mids and highs that can hear. This is where it gets good, sorry. We get a single 12. This is where the basic side of it is. So single 12 vented is a P2, so 800 watt sub, and the box can be moved around. However, let me show you this. This is so nice. Here's our amplifier, mids and highs, bass, plenty of power, 500 watts, over 400 watts, so 900 watts RMS power, bridge. And the idea behind this is we have tremendous sound and we haven't had to alter the factory radio. Look at this. When this closes back up, you have a full floor. I can take the box in and out if I want to pack it full of stuff. And then it comes back down nice and stuff. Now, this is sort of a basic install, but let me kind of revert you this way. Now, in here, I'm going to let you come in and I'll get you part of that right there. Ta-da. Now, the idea behind this is what you call complex. We're doing what you call a blow-through. What that means is we're going to cut a hole, modify a hole all the way through this into the bed. The subwoofer box will go back there, and we're going to have a massive thousands of watts of power, many subwoofers in a blow-through port. Now, for you guys who are going, that's the stupidest thing you ever heard. If you have never sat in a vehicle with a blow-through port, you have no idea. It is mind-numbing. So for you guys that like the big bass, this kind of gives you an idea. The preparatory stage is rip everything out, take all the old amps, everything out, and get ready to modify the hole. We'll have to seal the hole so moisture can't get through over time. Bada bing, bada bang. This is going to be the baddest Ram truck from a bass standpoint ever. So basic and then the complex, and that is what we do. Okay, this is Yamaha's new three-way tower. You know, almost everybody in the industry goes back and forth. They'll do little bitty speakers, they'll do big speakers, but Yamaha always makes small speakers, medium bookshelf speakers, and tower speakers. This is their new three-way speaker. I love the grills, the way they look. I love the piano finish, which is what Yamaha's known for. They are 180 watts a piece, and here's the good news. They're only $199 a piece. When you come into the Macon or the Warner Robins store, you can do a demo, but the clarity is spot on. It's 100 watts of power. Perfection. 199 bucks a piece. Black piano finish, 180 watts, three-way towers. Yamaha has knocked a home run. Awesome. All right, now in the world of HD TV, we do, you know, every size known to man. I'm going to you're seeing behind me right now. This is an 86-inch LG brand new model. Look, ready for this? It's $17.99. $17.99. I'm going to buy as many as I can. $17.99. 86-inch, massive 4K, full smart. So this is called ThinQ, which is a really cool series from LG, and I'm trying to try to keep these in stock. We do Sony, we do Samsung, we do obviously LG. So when you come in, just know for 1,800 bucks you can buy 86-inch. But let's just flip this way. I've got them all. That's a 22-inch down there on the very end, and 22 and 32, and you see it just goes 43 and up and bigger and bigger and bigger. The idea behind that is the reason we sell so many TVs is right here. See that sign right there? Because of tech support. That is who we are as a company. You could have a $3,000 TV that got repaired for $200 instead of going out and buying another TV. That's why we have tech support. That's number one. Number two, let's say you're just in the market for a new TV. I would love for you to give us opportunity to sell you a TV because we keep a lot of 4K flat panels in stock, every size you can think of, but we offer the teaching, we offer the mounting. I'm sure you're seeing a cutaway right now while I'm saying this. You know, we offer putting them over the fireplace, we offer putting them on the wall, we hide all the cables in the wall. I mean, we do all the stuff that makes it when you get done where you're just the guy that goes, the guy or the gal that just goes, okay, I just want to turn it on. I have people say to me, I just want to enjoy it. I don't want to go through all that crazy stuff. We do all the crazy stuff so you can enjoy it. Now, come this way. If you'll come down here, you'll see, look at the colors on these TVs. Look at unbelievable how Sony and Samsung and LG have answered the call of making these TVs even better than 1 year ago. The reason I say that to you is when you go to their websites and look up their TVs, and even if I don't have it, I can get it. Let me put that out there. But let's say I do have it and it's on sale, for $799, we're $799. If it's $899, we're $899. If it's $2,000, we're $2,000. The idea behind this is for you to Google your head off if that's what makes you feel good. Sometimes it gets you sometimes I get a little too educated and think I know everything. But if you'll come in here, these guys, man, I feed that knowledge to them. They can help you pick out what you want. So get us a basic dimension, or here's my phone number. You can call me, and I will come out there and I will design the entire house system or a living room system or just a TV in your bathroom or whatever you want. I'll do all of that. We don't even charge for that part of the service. We just charge you for the part and for the installation, and then guess what? We're in the Ken's family, and we take care of you on service. So you just give us that shot. If you haven't given us a shot, if you do give us a shot, thank you for letting us work for you. If you haven't, just give us a shot. You'll enjoy. These folks that work here, those men and women, are awesome. All right, now we're inside kind of the belly of the beast, if you want to say it like that. But at Ace Hardware and Gray, basically they wanted to watch the outside of the grounds, the inside of the store, 60 plus views. The idea behind this is you have to have extreme details. So the newer cameras that we do, they're anywhere from 3 megapixels, 5 megapixels. Some can see day, night in color. Some see at nighttime black and white, daytime during color. But we pick all those out strategically for you based on performance and budget, or budget and performance. So it kind of depends on which way you go as far as budget. But what they said is, we need to see the whole thing. I need to see my investment and see what's going on. This store is just absolutely amazing. So the idea is, let me show you. When I drive up, so here is my car, right? I need to know when they got into the parking lot. So there's a time stamp that's going on, everything going on. This is labeled parking lot. This just gives you an idea who was in your parking lot, how long they were there, and stuff like that. Now, once they get inside the store, I need to know interaction that they had with employees. So if I want to be able to watch folks that work for me, interaction they have with folks, we even have sound in certain areas, which is really, really nice from just keeping up with the employees and their relations with other folks, right? And the idea is if people walk around the store, I need to see who's in the store, what they're touching, where all my product is. Look at the detail of this thing, right? I'm going to pull down here, look at this. Now, look at this detail. That's absolutely stunning that you can get in here. I can read every sign that's in here, which means what? Which means I can see every detail. There's obviously three of those. There's 6, 10, there's 12. I mean, my idea is I can see my inventory and I can see my people from a safety standpoint as well. So then he says, hey, I got to be able to see outside where they pick up the lumber. Look at this detail. That is absolutely insane that you can see how many boards. So if I bought 6 boards and I came out here to get these and I took 10, you would know that, and you got my vehicle and you got my license plate, right? So the idea is if I want to keep all my inventory, here's the other side of the yard. Check this out. Look, you can count the 4x8 sheets of wood right here. Look at this. All this inventory can be watched. So now I've got your face, I've got your tag number, I've got you taking too much or too little or what you're supposed to get, or maybe you didn't get what you're supposed to get. There's another side of that too. It's not always a bad guy, right? This is what HD cameras are supposed to be. If you're looking at your cameras and you might as well, it looks like one of those Bigfoot films, then that's not the right camera. I tell people all the time, I had a guy say, look, I can buy this and this and this and this. And I tell people, the problem is people say HD like they say Coca-Cola. It just has 1,000 different meanings. What I carry, everything I carry nothing below 1,080 lines of resolution and nothing below 3 megapixel camera. Why do I do that? I need you to have the details so when the time comes and the cops come out and they say, hey, I want to know what time this person was in this part of your store, you've got a timestamp and you got every single detail. And we come out whether you're Ace Hardware or you're getting 2 cameras or 1 camera, or we just did a job with 84 cameras. The idea behind that is that we come out and we choose appropriately for your residence or for your commercial building or for your church. We choose everything, and then we end up putting it all on your phone, and that way you can have this thing that just records 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we back it up with service. What kind of service? Forever service. Because that's what we do. We've been here since 1978. You get a 2-year warranty right out of the gate of no cost, no matter what it is. So I'm going to come back to this grid one more time. The idea, I want you to see this, the idea is all about detail. That's what I'm going to leave you with, and that way you know my estimates are free. I'll come out there, and you will not find better detail. You will not find better detail. Hold on. You will not find. That's what it is when you buy the best. #1 complaint about televisions is they turn it up, they turn it down, or like somebody in the household who, like me, I don't have great hearing because I always play my stereo music too loud. I hate that I even had to tell you that. But my fact is, I'll play the TV louder than my wife plays the TV. So the headphones make a difference. Or you can do a sound bar. We talk about sound bars and talk about headphones, but Sony has absolutely rescued us with these. These are the new series, and look at this padding is so nice. I love the way it all angles into your ear, and it's so easy, and it fits, and they're super light. These are rechargeable wireless, so they don't require the batteries. Some of the lesser expensive ones require batteries. This does not. When you hang it onto this is the charging base for it, which is super cool. Now let me show you about this. It actually has an awesome audio input. So the coolest thing about this is this allows me to adapt to any type of TV. So guess what? Even if you have an old school Mitsubishi Diamond big screen, and it literally has an audio out jack that we can convert and plug it right into this, and that way you have constant sound. Now, guess what else this thing has? It has EQ built into it to keep the noises outside, right? So it's kind of like noise canceling. Like I can't hardly hear anything. I can hear my heart beating, but I can't hear anything else. And it has a volume control built onto the headset where I can turn it up and turn it down independent of them turning up and turning down the TV. It's very, very nice. So wireless headsets, anywhere from $99 to $300. We usually try to keep the ones in the middle. That's what most folks buy the most of, the $199. But when you come in, I obviously have them in stock. I'm going to keep them in stock as much as I can. This is a great gift if you're the one getting the TV turned up too loud on you, or a great gift if you're just saying, I just want to be able to be in my own little world. Awesome. Now listen, let me tell you, every year when we get towards the whole tax season, we start calling everybody and saying, hey, give us some deals that we can give to our folks. Rockford Fosgate always delivers. So here you go. Look at this, Rockford Fosgate. These are two P112s, so you're talking about 12s that already hold 400 watts apiece. It's a vented enclosure. What that means is this breathes bass. The idea behind this is it breathes a lot more bass with less power, but it'll still take the power that you want to. So this is actually breathing for the box, whether you put it in your trunk, your hatchback, or whatever you're doing. Solid box made by them, carpeted, ready to go. It comes with a 250 watt bridgeable amplifier. You need to know that. It comes with a bass knob, which most people charge extra for. They do not charge extra for it. And it comes with, depending on which amplifier you get, an 8 gauge or a 4 gauge power kit. Now what this means a lot. You need to understand what this is. This is the power wire to the battery. This is what turns the amplifier on and off when you turn the ignition on and off. This gives you your RCA cables. It gives you a fuse, so if something did short out, it wouldn't hurt anything in the vehicle. This is a very important part of the equation. So when you buy this, like if you buy this separately, even on their website, like you say, I'm going to buy these products and not get it installed, it's over $650. So by the time you get it to your door, all right, and when you buy it from us with cables and installation, the subwoofer, the box, the whole 9 yards, ready for this? $597. That's Rockford Fosgate. So this is just where the awesome bass packageness happens. Awesome. All right, now in the world of amplifier, can you see me over this gigantic stack of amplifiers? Now the reason I say that is this has been a tough thing to get, is to get inventory. We have a really great relationship with Sony and Yamaha. We've been with them for 4 decades. And the idea behind that is when you get a deal, you jump on it and you buy as many as you can. Sony's new 500 series called the 590. This is a 5.2 channel, meaning 5 channels, 5 speakers, and up to 2 subwoofers. It actually has 2 subwoofer outputs. Check this out. I have a lot of people that like this idea. So I have all of my inputs, old school, fiber optic, new school, coaxial, new school, HDMI, newest school, and then subwoofer 1 and subwoofer 2, 5 channels, meaning 5 speakers. So the idea behind this is, check this out, is I can do a full home theater for less than $300 for the amplifier. $279, and it has, look at this, you got 4 HDMIs, it is 4K ready, which means you're kind of good for everything that's happening right now, and you flip it back around to you, and guess what else it has? Bluetooth. So for $279, you get an AM/FM radio, you get Bluetooth. I can stream my music from my phone, which is really super cool. HDMI, I got old school, if I got one of those old VCRs or tape decks or something like that. New school on the fiber optic side, $279. Sony has knocked it out of the park. What a really good deal. $279, that's crazy. Okay, now we're inside Haddock Baptist Church, Haddock, Georgia, of course, and you see this is a very big sanctuary. The idea behind this is that you have to have enough sound, you have to have enough video, and now because of the world changing, you have to have HD streaming. Well, we have addressed all of that. This is probably our 5th time working for them, and we have an awesome relationship, and this cool is, it usually takes 10 or 12 years for a certain technology just to go away, and we were at that. Starting with video, if you look up here, you'll see how bright this is. These house lights are up. And these are Sony's newest third generation laser projectors. So the idea behind these projectors is they are 5,000 lumens. They don't require a warm-up phase. They don't have to require a cool-down phase. They don't have lamps. They don't have filters. They'll go 20,000 hours, which means even if this church was open 24/7, which I think is a great idea, 24/7, it would run about 14 or 15 years before we had to swap this baby out. So it's nice that they kind of all blend together. Again, these are 10-foot screens. Now, why did we do 10-foot? And the reason is because you have a whole group or choir that can be right here, and they're going to be standing right here, so we had to be something that we could tuck up close to the ceiling right here, right? What you're seeing right there, that's nothing but where we had the old screen. We're just going to get all that painted and cleaned up. Now, the idea behind it is, now I've got a way for my congregation to see, but what if I'm a singer? What if I'm a pastor? What if I'm an announcement person? So I'm going to get you to flip around and look on the back wall back there. I'm going to come around the other side here, David. And we took the laser projector back here, and it's kind of tucked up in the ceiling. Yes, this requires scaffold when you're 25 to 28 feet up in the air, but you see how it just crops nicely right inside these two pieces of the wall right here. Now, let's talk about streaming. We have robotic cameras, right? These are PTZ optics. They are the best that your money can buy. That is not my opinion. That is everybody's opinion based on the fact that they are so hard to get our hands on. These do a 10, 15, 20, or 30 times zoom. And we have two, but the idea behind two is you can get two different angles. Sometimes you get a congregational response. You can see we have another one over there mounted to the left of that sound panel. Now, when you bring all this stuff together, you have to have sound. So I'm sure you see in a cutaway now, because they have the new 32XS Presonus. Now that means nothing to you. You're probably going, he's talking Greek. That is a digital mixer. It allows me to store in settings. What that means is I can go in and set everything up as my guys will tune this church. When they're done, they can lock that tune out. So if somebody comes in and goofs around with it, you can put it back where it was. That's number one. Number two, 40 weeks out of the year, church is the same. So we may have one particular setting that has to do with the 40 weeks of the year, right? Everybody with me? So, but there's that other 12 weeks where we have Easter and Mother's Day and Father's Day and Christmas and birthdays and all these things, right? That you may have a tune specific to that, because that may be the Sunday that Michael sings, and we know that microphone has to be according to his voice. So all of these things can be done with that. It gives you digital control. We also have the Blackmagic Switcher, which allows us to stream to Facebook Live. If we want to connect it to our website, it allows us to switch between camera and scripture, and we have ProPresenter 7. And that's the newest ProPresenter that allows, I'm going to flip you back around, and this is kind of like a rolling bulletin that runs as people are coming into church. So it's just kind of reminding them, hey, keep your 6-foot distance, keep your mask on, all the things that we have to remind ourselves. And it's nice because you can kind of change that out. Don't forget about the church picnic, all these things. We do all of this programming and teaching for you. The idea behind that is we're the turnkey side of this, which means in the audio, video, and streaming world, we come in, our crew come and does all the work. They sit here and they spend 10, 12, 20, 50, whatever hours it takes to do whatever size church you have. But then there's that after support that's a part of that package. It means we have somebody to train, we have somebody to repair, we have somebody to do on-site services, we have loaners in place when you buy from Ken. So I'm put all that out there to make sure you know that my number comes up right here. As I come out there and do an estimate for you, we talk about budget, we talk about the plan, we talk about the long-term goal, and we make sure kind of everything's in place. And the idea behind that is, why buy your audio over here and your video over here and your streaming on .com and all that, and then when something goes wrong, you don't know who to talk to, right? My tech is your tech all the way through the end of it. No matter what happens, you'll have that same technician that's kind of always your part. So at the end of the day, I want you to I want you to really get an idea of this view, because this is what church looks like when it's modernized with digital HD, digital audio, and digital streaming. Haddock Baptist Church in Haddock, Georgia, it is time to serve, and this is how it's done.
Hi, I'm Ron McClung. I'm the pastor of Haddock Baptist Church in Haddock, Georgia. We're delighted that Ken Stereo has been here at our church, and they've worked with us now for several years in getting our AV equipment set up, our sound system, our lighting system, just really working to improve all the components, especially in this time when we are trying to do more and more online. This has been a tremendous asset for our church and a tremendous ministry. The vision of our church is sharing Christ through a caring church for a changing world, and certainly technology is changing greatly in this time. And so we're trying to keep up with that and trying to communicate to folks every week when we have our worship services on Sunday morning. We also do Wednesday nights on Facebook Live, and that has received a tremendous amount of support. People watching here locally and our church members, but also several states away. Sometimes people turn in and view and participate. So we've been blessed, and the Lord is certainly using these components to bless our ministry in Middle Georgia.
Thank you so much for watching our show. I really thank you for this 30 minutes that you give us, and what a great thing you guys let us do. Remember, we know very well that we work for you. Thank you for the dreams you have and all these cool things you guys come up with. Every once in a while, you guys will walk in the door and say, well, here's what I want to do, and then I'll go, all right, let's see. And then I'll talk to the masterminds and get these guys and girls, and that's what they do. They literally will build your dreams for you in the audio and video, security, theaters and churches. I mean, streaming. We do a ton of HD streaming. I put all that out there to say that, the areas that we stay in are the areas that we make sure we stay qualified in. So I have a whole crew of folks constantly being educated, literally on a quarterly basis, to make sure that they serve you the best way they can. Now, you need to know that we have this social media thing going pretty strong. My social media comes up right here. So we have a YouTube channel, which you can go to. Of course, we have our website that you can go to. That's part of the package too. You'll go to Facebook, which is nice, and Instagram, and we're updating them constantly just for all the neat stuff that's out there. And the idea behind that is just to give you ideas. We don't do as much advertising in that part of our social media. It's just kind of areas where you can kind of dream and think and all that. My phone number is right here with my brother's phone number. Kenny is my brother, and my name is Michael. And so if you'll reach out to us through text message or call us and just leave us a voicemail, we'll get back in touch with you. If you've had a good experience, please tell me. If you've had a not great experience because we goof, then I need to know that too. And we'll do our very best to make everything right. Specifically for you, it's really important to know that. I have a lot of people that will reach out to me and say, hey, I just want to let you know that so-and-so just did a great job. I really love to hear that because these guys get rewarded for the work that they do for you. It's very important. Now, in the realm of that, we don't want to miss where we are, okay? Yes, we are a family-owned business. Yes, we are a God-fearing business. It's important for you to know that. I'm a difficult boss to work for at times. And the reason is I really hold people to be very accountable in our company. And the reason I tell you that is not so you can go, oh, that Michael sure is good. It has nothing to do with that. It's just I don't want to be out here making a bunch of promises and embarrass my Lord. That's where it comes from. Now, I'm going to leave you with this in Hebrews 12, chapter 1 area. It says, let us throw off all that entangles us and the sin that wraps us up. And I was just saying all these things that hinder us from being what God built us to be. What that means to be is, what are we built to be? Servers. We're supposed to have a server's heart. We're supposed to love others regardless of how we feel about them or how we judge them in our heart. We're supposed to love them. And guess what? We're supposed to make sure that people around me know that God is my God. It's important to have these things. In other words, anything that hinders me, I know that before I became a Christian, I was constantly weighted down with bad decisions. It was nutty how bad, and it ended in bad places. I've been to jail. I've been to some bad places, and that was all because of what I carried on this cloak, and I constantly was making stuff that was totally against what God built me for. The reason it wasn't right is because God built me to be a server, a lover. That's good stuff. Come see us at Ken's in Macon in Warner Robins. All right, ready? Cue the dolly.
Yeah, cue the dolly.
We make your check stretch. Amazing deals. Stupid. Amazing deals. I hear people. Hold on one second. I hear people. Cars, 10, 20. Cars, 20. Hey, Kyle. Best brands in the business, plus free installation, and I don't know what else to say.